On July 30th, 2022, the YouTuber CJ the X made a video called Subjectivity and Art, and in it, they spend roughly 5 minutes talking about a lyric from the film Encanto. The line "Time for Dinner" takes place in the beloved song "We Don't Talk About Bruno," and basically CJ thinks it's a cop-out, that the line sounds big and important, that it's placed at this really important part of the song, but that it doesn't actually say anything about the characters. It's just random bullshit. It's time for dinner? Who cares? What difference does it make? It's dumb.
Whereas "We Don't Talk About Bruno," also the showstopper group number at the halfway point of the story, tries to invoke that sense of momentum with this. Meaning, who needs it? It's an attempt to reverse causality, achieving the effect without putting in place that which generates it. Put in the bright colors and the big eyes and the catchy music and then say what it's about later instead of actually making it about that.
I like CJ and their videos a lot, but I am in fact trying to harass them when I say I don't agree with their "Time for Dinner" take. I don't just think that "Time for Dinner" is a good lyric, but the best lyric in that song, and I have 2 reasons for feeling that way. Reason number 1, it's clever. CJ seems to think that the line "Time for Dinner" has no thematic weight in the song, that it's a meaningless throwaway, but I honestly don't think that any line could be more thematically appropriate. Mirabel's whole family has this scapegoat, and they're not supposed to talk about him, but they're always talking about him. Now she wants clarity. She wants to understand who this person is and why everyone feels so bad about him, and she's spiraling, getting more and more desperate.
I really need to know about Bruno. Give me the truth and the whole truth, Bruno.
And at the moment Mirabel is at her most insistent, the moment it feels like she could finally get what she wants, what is she here? Fuck! No! Time for dinner doesn't just signal that dinner's ready, you know? It's a mantra of repression and deferral, the thing you say to get out of a conversation you're unwilling to have. If Isabella's boyfriend's here, if it's time for dinner, then I guess we don't have to talk about Bruno, right? And look at that, that's the name of the song. Right there, got it right there. It's a good line, you know? It does have meaning. Reason number 2, it's cool. So I'm really obsessed with the song "Bless the Telephone" by Labi Siffre.
It's nice to hear your voice again. I've waited all day long, even wrote a song for you.
It's this really simple love song, but done so beautifully and so earnestly that it gives me chills just thinking about it. The whole time, Labi's talking about hearing the voice of the woman he loves, about talking to her and loving her. Labi could have blessed anything in this song, right? He could have blessed his girlfriend or his feelings for her or the concept of love itself, but of course he doesn't do that. He blesses the phone.
Strange how a phone call can change your day, take you away from the feeling of being alone. Bless the telephone.
I think that's a perfect and profound line because it reminds us of how small, mundane things are everything. Yes, Labi loves his GF, but that relationship doesn't just exist. It's mediated by objects and spaces and distance. Life occurs in the things we can hear and see and touch, and because this object allows Labi to talk briefly to his partner, it's profoundly meaningful. It's sacred. I'm not trying to say that "Time for Dinner" is as beautiful a line as "Bless the Telephone," but I'm honestly so thankful for lines like that. Most Disney animated songs at this point have almost no context. They don't require any understanding of the plot and hardly remind us that we're watching a story at all. That's true of decent Disney songs like "Let It Go" and "At Last I See the Light" or whatever it's called from Tangled. And it's true of bad Disney songs like "I'm a Star."
Really wanna know just who you are.
You're a star!
And like some of the other songs in Wish that I don't remember at this time.
You still amaze me after all this time.
Disney wants to sell tracks, right? It wants to make pop songs. And so the very concept of the movie musical is kind of dead as far as they're concerned. This isn't a musical moment, right? It's a moment of a movie that has a music video in it. And that's why I love "Time for Dinner," CJ. That's why I think it's great. Because at the moment of highest intensity, the audience is reminded that the characters they're watching don't just exist in their emotions and the themes they want to express. Rather, they exist in places. They have to go to events. Dinner might not seem important, but it gives the scene a feeling of vividness and reality. It's the central point around which the characters move, and for that reason, I like it. For that reason, I think it's a good line. So, chew on that. The video that CJ made, that's like more than a year old at this point, but I'm sure that there's going to be an apology sent to my address or whatever. Bye.